flashed before my eyes because it didn't. I don't know whether that happens or not. I mean, I've heard that happens. It didn't happen to me, but I can tell you, there's a lot that you think about in 19 seconds. And I remember a couple of distinct thoughts to this day. When I watch the video, the heart rate goes up. And I remember these thoughts. So number one, I remember when that person folded up, I looked up, and I said to myself, there's no way I can live through this. I'm getting ready to die. And I was confident of that. And I remember saying, man, I'm 26 years old, and this is it. This is how it's, I'm going to die in a stab today. And you know, I remember thinking, and this is harder to talk about, but I remember thinking, God, man, I hope I just die instantly, because I didn't want to suffer through the death. I didn't want to feel the pain and be broken, because I've seen that happen to people. And that is a dark thought that I would never wish for anybody. If you never faced something similar, you can't possibly know what it feels like, and I hope you never know what it feels like. It's just an awful thing. And then I remember thinking about my family. I wasn't married, I didn't have kids at the time, but I remember thinking about my mother and my father. I remember thinking my mom was going to be so pissed off at me because I got killed sky. She was never a fan of it anyway. And I'm like, yeah, she was right. And then I thought about just the pain I was going to cause my family, and I felt awful about that. I didn't scream. When you hear the video, there's no screaming. You can hear some breathing, actually, if you listen carefully enough. You hear the wind of the airspeed, and you hear a lot of movement. And you know, the reality of it is even though I knew I was going to die, I was confident I was going to die, there was no give up in me. And I don't think there would be in any sky. There was just no give up. So I reached up. You can't see it on camera, but I'm grabbing lines, I'm pulling, I'm trying to clear the malfunction the entire time. And I fought that thing until I hit the ground. I don't know whether it made any difference. The thing never did seem to fly right. I just kept falling. But any landing you can walk away from, pilots say is a good landing. I don't know whether I contributed to that or not, but I'll live the rest of my life sort of wondering that. So now what? I like audience participation, as you can see, so I'm going to give you a multiple choice of your hands.